What's up, everybody?
Hey.
And we are live again. So other Rob's in the house, and Russ and Gage, and who else is here?
Chad.
I don't see Chad's name on the list at the moment, but I'll take your word for it.
Matt,
Chad's going by so fast I haven't had a chance to read it.
What's up, Matt?
Chad,
Blum.
Lewis, Antonio.
What's up, Antonio?
Let's see. It keeps it smoky for a second, ripped, and just melted into hotness for a few minutes. If that's 9 million Scoville, I want to try plutonium. Thanks, Russ. It tastes great. Well, kept eating it every day because it was really good that I would remember how damn hot uh, it is. Must be talking about Bloomberg's chocolates. Tastes great and it's hot as shit. Whoops, I didn't say that.
You almost did.
Yeah. Ah. I'm still reading the chat trying to catch up, so thanks. Yeah, I had 5 pieces earlier on the phone with Charles and had to stop myself, but it's so tasty. I started to feel it in my stomach, but I was fine. Cool. Matt's in the house. There you go. Was waiting. Russ, that yellow jacket, Rob, man, I'm uh, dabbing it on everything. Okay, other Rob. Yep.
It's
What's
some
up,
good
Rob?
things. And
Rob,
that and also powder as well. Hey, BD.
your chili head Charles now.
That's cool. I mean,
BD's in the house. A little off topic, but today is a big day for the hashtag free the nipple movement.
I
Federal
don't know
judge
what that's
rules.
about, but I'm all for it. Sounds like a
Federal
very
judge rules
worthwhile
females should
thing.
be able to go topless if a man can.
Sure. If it was my wife or daughter, I would say don't do that. But yeah, I mean, by all means. Why shouldn't you? I've always thought that was pretty a goofy rule because if a woman was topless, most people wouldn't mind, at least guys. But when guys are topless, I don't know. There's a lot of people that probably mind that. I could, hey, what the heck? Let's go the other way. Let's just say everybody needs to wear a dang shirt. We don't have to we don't see these guys with like, just say interesting body types or, whatever.
Interesting body types. Uh huh. Sure.
everybody would love to see me go topless.
I'm sure nobody wants to see me go topless.
Oh yeah, everybody would line up for that crap. Attention, attention, beach well walking through. Beach well walking through.
In the middle of the summer, I'll drive around with my shirt off, but before I go into any store, which by the way, around here, nobody cares about anything. Girls in bikinis walk into anything, a restaurant, store, gas station, doesn't matter. I mean, we're at the beach, so that's like normal attire. But before I go in, shirt on every single time. Sleeveless shirt, but hey, at least I'm covered up a little bit. Russ says, hashtag tops off.
You just moved a bunch of peppers outside and now just transplanting a lot into party cups. Cool. Hashtag tops off, Charles.
No, that ain't happening.
But he could be referring to
Well, no, we want to keep the viewers. You don't want to. You don't want to scare them away. I don't care how funny the hashtag is. Yeah, that would be like, oh my god, no. You see what they did on Monday's live stream? Oh, if that guy goes topless once again, I'm never viewing that crap again.
Boycott, boycott, boycott this channel.
Yeah.
Report him to YouTube. Report him. We are boycotting.
The dapper chili hat.
So the last thing that I talked to you guys about before we went live, should I show these guys and see what their opinion is?
Go for it.
If they're willing.
There's a bunch of chili heads out there.
Yeah, they'll tell you straight up that you'll find your answer right now. And you got most of them are aficionados on this subject.
And before you get to that real quick, Matt, yeah, I do have a Boot Orange Copenhagen crossed with Ahi Lemon, but I got mine from Dave. I don't know where he got his. But anyway, Rob, what's this idea you speak of?
Not my idea. I'm just going with it. But both Johnny Scoville and Derek Crazy Kimberlin did a review on these little keychains that hold pepper powder. I can never remember the name of them. But they hold, just a small vial, and it fits right on a keychain, and you can walk around with it. Well, the other day I was watching a video from Peter Stanley, one of his older ones from a while back, on how to dehydrate peppers, and he said that when he dehydrates them, he takes them and puts them into little test tubes that are about 10 milliliters in size for selling or giving away. I didn't quite catch the point of it, but I thought, well, that's a good idea. So I went and found some of the bottles, and here they are. Here's one of them. It holds 7 grams of powder. That's 7 grams of powder in there right now. They're about 4.5 inches or so long. Screw off top. Nice big open area in the front for pouring it out. And easy and convenient enough to carry around. You can take it and tuck it in your back wallet or back pocket next to a wallet or front pocket on the side. It's soft enough to where it's not going to break if you sit on it, but it's strong enough to where you can't really squeeze it. So I was thinking, if I have the opportunity to actually do a manufacture of the pepper powders similar to what Dave's doing, probably not as good as Dave's though, but I found a place that I can do the manufacturing in and actually start selling these. So first question is that a good idea? And second question is, if I were to sell them, what do you think a fair price on them would be? So speak up and let me hear what you got to say. Please.
Rule says, I'll take 5. So I'm guessing he likes the idea.
Yeah. Blumberg says, I want some of those. Russ says, I'll take 5. KKO did a review of some cool looking metal ones too. Yeah, that's the show that I'm talking about. And they were smaller than this. I don't remember the size of them. But how do I order a kilo of pepper powder?
Yes,
that's a lot. I don't have that.
That's what's going to be happening. He's going to do White Fantasies and Chupatino Whites powder, and you're going to have to go on. You're on your own. If the officers pull you over, sir, what is in that vial? Sir, it's a Chupatino White and White Fantasy powder.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Are you sure about that white substance you have in that vial? Sir, I swear to God, it's a 10. What is it? 10 mil? How much?
Yeah, 10 milliliters.
10 milliliters. What is that in grams?
7 grams.
It's only 7 grams, officer. I swear, 7 grams.
Because you brought that up, I totally forgot. I have pepper powder in my glove or my center console in my truck. I totally forgot about that stuff. I remember when I put it in there, I'm like, it was, what do I have in there? It's, I think it's the Trinidad Maruga Scorpion, and I had the Ahi Lemon. I think I took that out. Or the MOA and the MOA Scotch Bonnet and the Trinidad Maruga Scorpion. And yeah, if I ever get pulled over and he's like, what's up with that powder? I'm like, you need to figure it out for yourself, man. Like all those cops on detective shows, you just dip your finger in there, put it on your mouth. Let's see where this goes.
Well, I can see a cop going up and saying, what's that powder there? That white powder, white peppers. And you tell them, just like you said, Ahi Fantasy. Well, that's a new brand name of sea stuff? Let me see that. And then take the cap off and...
That would be entertaining. He couldn't charge you with anything because once they tested it, it would come out. It would be negative. So
Yeah, but officer. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Give me that. Yeah, I can just, or worse yet, put a bit on the hand and pop it in the mouth, or something like that. Yeah.
so Bloomberg says $3.
Yep. See, that's what I was going for because I was basing the cost off of Dave's because, like you said, 28 grams is 1 ounce for $8. So $3 for 7 grams sounds like a fair price. See, that's right where I was going, Rob, and I wanted to get everybody else's opinions on it.
And then Rob, they also fit perfect in a tackle box and a fishing vest. Everything, man. It's just like fisher friendly.
Yeah.
And like very close to waterproof.
Right.
We're not going to make that claim though.
Yeah. We caught these fish. Hell, we're gonna cook them right here. We're gonna go fillet them right now. Hell, we got the powder. Oh yeah, bam.
I gave one.
Good.
I was gonna say I gave one of these to Devin today, filled up and everything else. So he's gonna carry it around with him until he's emptied it, which will probably be about with him the next 3 days or so. He'll empty it. But yeah, he's gonna let me know how it goes.
Okay.
Matt says I got pulled over with a little over 3 ounces of hops. Looks very similar to other herbs. And the officer put it on the roof of my car and smelled it. Then gave it back. I giggled. I'm sorry, officer. Hey, if you want to smell it, you go right ahead. But this is, I assure you, this is Ahi Fantasy. What's Ahi Fantasy? That white powder in there. It's a powder from a white Ahi Fantasy. Or whatever one. I'm sorry, I got mixed up, but I probably do. But
the transparency part of it was Rob was bringing this up before we went live, and he's like, you know, those little containers that Johnny Scoville had and Crazy Kimberlin had with the powders in there, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what do you think of them? I'm like, they'll sell. I mean, either people like it for their powder or they'll use it for Coke.
Like Gage says, perfect for those pepper addicts. Well, yeah, you take a look at Devin. He went into the Mexican restaurant the other day, and they had one of the hot sauces down. I forget which one it was. That was like one of the Tabasco ones, anyway. And he ordered 4 tacos, and there was about a quarter of the bottle left. He took the flow restrictor off and put the rest of the bottle between the 4 tacos. And the people at the restaurant were sitting there staring at him, thinking there's no way he's going to do it. And he gets through the first 2, and the guy comes up, you okay? He says, yeah, it's not hot enough. You got any more? I tell you, Devin can put away the hot stuff like very few other people. But carrying this around, you know, when it's in powder form, it's so much more intense than, you know, liquid sauces that it doesn't take a whole lot.
Look, you talk about Crazy Kimberlin, and he pops right into the chat.
Heck yes.
That happens like all the time.
They're explaining that trickery with his backyard water fountain pond on me because I'm looking at this water globe thing and I see the blue and I see this like white structure, I guess, which is like bricks or something. I think it's R2D2. That's what I looked if you saw that picture. I'm like, damn, he's got R2D2 in the backyard. He is a dedicated Star Wars fan.
I was going to say, he loves some Star Wars.
Yeah, I'd like to, well, talking about the shaker on top with the 3D printer, if I can get it right, I may be able to take and 3D print something to go inside that would act like a shaker, but I don't know how we would get it back out once it's in there. So that's something I'm going to figure out. And then I also want to see if I can print an outer ring with a loop on it so that it can go onto a keychain. But that's kind of big for a keychain. But yeah. So you can sprinkle like salt or pepper shaker. Yeah. Well, the opening on it's small enough, and just tapping it is going to come out quite nicely.
Give it a little tap. Tap, 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 taparoo.
Yep.
Go to your home, ball.
Oh, is your home? Are you too good for your home?
Derek's in the house. Says, I love it. Have LaQuista in mind. Yeah, Derek, what is the name of that thing? I can never remember. I
LaQuesta.
mean, damn, if you get robbed, it's much worse than pepper spray in the eye. Well, Alex was thinking, too bad they're not glass. And I'm like, why would you want them in glass? And he says, well, somebody goes to mug you, you take it out, you throw it down on the ground. Hopefully the powder comes up and, just disables them. Russ says you have a 3D printer, Rob. No, Russ, I have two.
That's better than one.
Yeah.
That's better than one.
Yeah, I have two.
First rule in, what was it? What was that line on that movie?
Fight Club?
No, and the Contact with Jodie Foster. First rule in
Government spending or
spending. Why have one when you can have two at twice the price?
Yep.
I love that movie. That was a great movie. How long was I gone?
What do you mean, gun? You just fell through.
I used to run a screen printing machine that sounded just like that. Woom, woom. I had to be in this damn room all the time. And oh my God, it was like a closed room because this is like some European screen printer that there was only like one at the time in the US or something that I was running. And it was like, oh my God, because it's a big flatbed. So it's a screen printer. It was essentially like a gigantic inkjet that did gigantic sheets of different material. And it just sounded just like that when that bed would go back and forth. Boom, boom. It sounded like it was like reliving Contact.
Yeah, Kegels, that's it.
I
I
thought you
never
were
remember
asking
that
how
name.
to pronounce LaQuesta.
Quest, yeah, the Kegels, I saw those and I thought, that's a nice idea. Went and looked at the price on them, and the plastic ones are like 11, $12 and come with, uh, let's see, three empty vials. Then you can get it for like 14 for the plastic ones with three full vials of three different types of sauce or powder. Then you can get the aluminum ones for like $20 or $22.
Hmm.
They have three vials of powder in them.
So if that is the aluminum ones.
Yeah, the Kegos.
Okay, so that's one for $22,
Yeah,
and I can get seven of yours for the same price.
yeah,
I'm going with yours because there's a chance I'll lose that Kigo.
yeah.
Unless it's attached to your keys, then you're not going anywhere.
Chad says I had the Quista on my burgers this weekend.
You say a
Amazing.
lot of the Rob. He's screaming.
I had like,
Amazing!
can you hear me now?
My buddy first got on the internet, he was always typing in all caps. I'm like, cut that out, dude. Like, nobody likes it when you do that. He's like, I don't understand why. I'm like, because it means you're yelling. He's like, no, it doesn't. I'm just talking normal. And then he started going to like some kind of forums or something like that. And next thing you know, he quit doing that very quickly. Apparently, I wasn't the first one to tell him that.
Don't worry, Derek. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Derek. I think I'm in on it with you too.
I wanted the full version. What he ate last night. There's Peter Stanley right there.
What's up, Peter Stanley? He's 100 mil.
Uh, there are some Carter Scientific 100 millimeter vials with screw-on lid on Amazon, 100 for $12.99. I use them all the time. Works great. Well, Mr. Peter Stanley, you're the guy who gave me the idea to do this. That's what I'm holding in my hand. The exact ones that you mentioned in the video and that you put the link to in your video. I went and ordered a bunch. Only I got them for $12.40 for 100 of them. But yeah, um, I'm thinking that was such a good idea that I might want to try and start doing that myself. So I've been talking to the group here about the ideas of doing it once it comes to harvest time. So I got 7 grams of ahi lemon drop in here right now, and Devin's got another one with 7 grams in it, and he's gonna try it out and see how he likes it. And by the way, hey Peter, Peter's in the house.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to Peter because he gave me such a great detailed like answer for ways to go with fertilizing plants when you have a lot. So I want to thank him personally again for taking the time and sending all that information to me.
And for making just great videos too.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So now Peter can go to bed tonight knowing that at least one of his videos has helped out somebody.
I think all
I'm
of his
kidding.
help people out.
Peter has some great ideas.
Yes, he does.
I mean, Gage is using his I think he was using his self-watering system. I mean, there's so many. I mean, he has so many ideas that, I mean, a lot of things that you can find around the house that you can use to do what you're looking for. So.
See, Gage says the same thing. Peter helped him out a lot too. Which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to Peter Stanley, go do that right now. All you have to do is click the 3 little dots right next to his name in the chat and go to channel and subscribe. Really easy.
Oh, I thought the one of the last taste test ones when they were up in the mountains, I thought that was pretty cool. And to leave a bottle of sauce behind, for the geo hunters or whatever they call them. I thought that was pretty cool. Interesting way to do a pepper tasting out in the middle of the wilderness in the mountains. The only problem is you can't have milk with it too easy. Peter has a website too. Tons of great info too. I didn't know that. Okay. Russ says, yeah, I saw the hack moment he did. Haha, crazy Kimberland opinions. Geotag hunters, that's it. Thank you, Matt, for correcting me. Yeah. It's some really, really hot sauce too. I hope they are careful.
Or if they're making a video, I hope they're not careful.
Right.
I would imagine it's probably been claimed already. That would be pretty cool when somebody do a video. Look what I found! I found it! I'm gonna have a taste. Gulp. I shouldn't have done that. The fun stuff. Freaky's in the house. Says evening all. Evening, Freaky.
Hello, Freaky.
Going on, Freaky. Everybody pay attention to Freaky in the chat, because now we're going to get some interesting comments.
Exactly.
See him last night on Batman's. Couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my God. He comes with so much. Yes, Chad, I do have those chocolates. I did put them in the freezer for a bit, so for the most part, they did keep the mold shape in a way. I know it's kind of hard to send things to Texas this time of year because everything just melts. So, I mean, we're getting close to 90, so especially in the mailbox. But yeah, this like I said, you can see the mold shape and everything that he did.
Oh,
But
that's a
then
cool
he broke
design.
it off. So it worked out okay. So thanks for sending it to me, Chad. I appreciate it.
So this is a Chad special chocolate.
It's Chad Reaper chocolate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got to add the Reaper in there.
Yeah, I was not aware. So thank you for the clarity there. True, it is up and dark. Okay, hot. Fiki says, is that a snail or a turtle? Darn, now it's gone.
The
Oh,
hat.
snap. The Reaper chocolate.
Oh, it's the kind of a fancy. I forget what they call that for the mold. The good Chad. You do a good job.
That says I need to make a large batch of pepper candy and send it out to all the panelists. Uh-oh. So you can all taste it. I was thinking of doing spicy grilled pineapple candy. That sounds interesting. Pineapple
Yeah,
flavoring, smoked super hot grilled pineapple candy. Yeah.
a lot of people is Troll Forge or Tim. He was out there with Raymond making those candies. That was a hilarious video. Did you watch it? Making the candies. They were making 4 different kinds. They made like raspberry, what was it? Lemon, strawberry, and I forgot what the flavors were. But they're making all 4 different batches and stuff, and they're making it for like a challenge.
I missed that video, but I was there for the live stream when they got, or the live stream that Raymond did right after they made that.
Okay.
Dang, now I gotta keep a notepad around here somewhere. I gotta make sure I go back and watch all this stuff.
Yeah.
Once I go by subscription, everything in my feed as it comes in, I try to watch it, and if I miss it, usually that's it. Unless it's in like the suggested on the side or whatever.
If it's not, if it's your own video suggested, you won't watch it though.
I don't understand why YouTube suggests my own video to me. Like, I made it, then I had to edit it. Like, why would I want to watch it again while it's on the internet? That's so dumb.
Yeah, my 2 videos today, I get home,
Look,
and
there's
sure
mine
enough,
right
the both
there.
recommended.
Mine's right there in the chat right now. My up next, my video. Why? I don't need to watch my own video. I made it.
A little etching. Good though.
Just
Alrighty.
a little preview before Thursday's Bat and Bear show. With the, what was it? The Bat Out of Hell chip.
Now you know where I got that, right?
Meatloaf.
From Creepers.
Oh, I thought it was from Meatloaf.
Mm-mm. Because when they go and they said, you want to go view the bat from hell, and then he's in the barn and he's spread out.
Okay. I think I only watched that movie once, and that was like, I don't know, the year after it came out. Because there was like a part 2 and part 3.
Yeah, 3 just came out on Netflix. No, Gage. That ain't happening.
Yeah, and Freaky, if you watch the smallest time videos first and then the longest last, you probably never get to my videos. I broke a personal record that I have of the longest video that came out yesterday. Was it like 44 minutes or something like that? It was like a mini live stream.
I watched it. It was the upside down shaky chicken. If you didn't know,
It's the strawberry blend.
Other Rob, not a problem. So Charles, how is it?
they're good. I'm on my second piece. I'm fixing to go on my third. I haven't had dessert, so I need
But
to.
are you gonna sit and eat the whole bag?
Well, yeah, yes, he sent it to me. He wants me to eat it, doesn't
Oh,
he? He sent some, so I could have some for later this week. And also, look, I took 2 pieces. That's all that's left, Chad. Thank you again.
and speaking of longest video, mine is 5 hours and 15 minutes now.
Well, I got like a 5-hour live stream, but
Yeah, that's what mine is, the live stream.
yeah, just regular old video. No, I think it was what? It was like 35 minutes, then it was like 40 minutes, then it was 42, and now it's 44. I don't know. I figured, what the heck, man? I watch so many videos, and when people are just screwing around, just, being themselves, those are my favorite kind of videos. So I thought, what the heck? If that's, if I'm going to shoot a video, I'm going to do the same thing. What the heck? And then I did it.
But y'all guys definitely tune in on Thursday to Bat and Bear Show.
Absolutely. That's
gonna
be
interesting as hell. Now I don't have Yorkstown French vanilla ice cream or whatever the hell kind of ice cream that was.
I don't have any ice cream at all in my entire Oh wait, I was about to say or milk, but I just bought milk today because I wanted to make mashed potatoes. No, I'm not gonna drink that crap. That's hate milk. No, I bought it because I like mashed potatoes.
I'm gonna drink vodka instead.
I'll do that. But he said, like, how long you can go without any kind of relief. Like, technically, if you grab your water and drink it, all you're doing is moving those oils around in your mouth. So it's not really relief. But rules is rules.
Freaky says, has anybody found a nice balance between flavor and heat? The spicy chocolates that I make, just a nice little lulling twinge of heat with them with the flavor of the chocolate, and I enjoy them, and people at the shop enjoy them.
Hey, I'm enjoying these. Like I said, I just want to make sure I extend it out a little bit. I don't want to go look like a pig, which I am, but go and do it all in one show. So I need to save some for the week.
Yeah, and Derek, did that video come out yet? Did I miss that? Because I know we all want to see the unedited the bat video. Well, I'm being selfish. I want to see that. The first one was hilarious, man. If there's unedited, that'll be even better. And I agree with Freaky. It would go viral. Well, he said it should, but I think it will.
Yeah, on the panel last man still sitting up. I eat them all at once when I make them too, says Chad.
I'm sure if you get in contact with Batman, he'll send you the unedited version.
It's about 5 times as long.
That's all right. Dude, I just told you I put up a 44-minute video of me watering plants. If people watch that, man, they're definitely going to watch your video.
I watched it beginning to end.
In today's video, the plants look a lot better.
They do, yeah. That was the only reason I really did it. That and, like, they're not going to be in the house, like, very much longer. So figured, what the heck. I've only had time to make videos at night while it's night out. And I figured, what the heck.
I've only got a handful of participants left to go outside. So very few left. Hallelujah. And I went way above my my number that I thought I was going to go for. So we're going for 180.
Yeah, all you got to do is go through there and name off every single plant. You'll have a video way longer than mine.
That's not going to happen. I did thought about it, man. That's why I kind of brought it up, because I was like, yeah, let me name these plants. And no, I'm not going to do that. But I did think about it for smidgen on that video.
Go for it.
Here's a starburst, 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 here's a starburst.
Well, after a few, I mean, there's third. I don't know. I have to look at my list. I think I have 30 King Star plants. So I have 8 Lemon Star Burst, 4 Kingster Reds, 2 Kingster Yellows, 3 Stargazers, 2 Staracha Bonnets, Texas Crimson Bonnet, um, Mystery Orange. I mean, I can go through the whole thing, but I'm having a whole entire row of nothing but King Stars.
And you need to put that in the title of your videos.
Absolutely.
So
We're going to take
tag
a
them.
walk down the King Star Road today.
Hey, Jared.
Go from there.
What's up, Jared?
Kingstar Row, Ahi Lane. I'm
filling up
the Reaper Roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely filling up that ahi lane. Got a lot of ahis.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Lenzo. He sent me an actual pod, but it only had 2 seeds, so I had 2 chances. I mean, I could have asked for more, but I mean, I didn't. Only had a couple seeds from that pod, so I do have a misery suite though. So
yeah, I got a mystery plan as well. Absolutely no clue what it is, which is so funny.
I mean, I had this plant last year. It was supposed to be peach wasp, and they were red, so they almost looked like a Trinidad hornet, but not really. So I was like, I don't know what the hell they were. They had some heat to them. I had no clue what they were, but that plant produced really well. But it was just red pods instead of peach. So I don't know. I really don't know what it was.
Yeah, I'm still laughing at myself about that because I am very, well, I'm very laissez-faire when it comes to most stuff, but when it comes to peppers, I'm like, this one came out of here before I even put it in the cup. I try to mark the cup, you know, put exactly what it is on there and everything, and I have no clue how, or wait, no, I do know how. That's right, I explained that in one of my videos. How I thought it killed it, and I just dropped it into the seed starting tray, and it just kept on growing.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it
was. This was just a cross that who I got it from. That's what it came up with. This wasn't my doing of. I don't know what the hell it is because my whole thing was I thought it was. I mean, it was a pretty good sized plant. You know, probably 3 foot by 2.5 feet or whatever, and I thought it was going to produce peach pods, but they're all red, so it wasn't my mistake. It was just something it was crossed with. So I don't know. And Jared, the cure-all for that, I would have had a Founder's Breakfast Stout. That would have cured your day right there. You could have had a nice Founder's Breakfast Stout and then watched my video if I named them all, and then just called in to work.
All these different beers, I've never tried any of them. I feel like I'm a real letdown calling myself like a beer guy. I like beer, but I've only drank like the major labels like Rolling Rock, Coors, Budweiser, all that stuff. Like all these different stouts and ales and all that stuff. IPA, I've never had an IPA, I don't think. I don't even know what those are. What's IPA stand for?
Indian Pale Ale.
Indian Pale Ale?
India Pale Ale.
Could have given me $300. I never would have guessed that.
You were talking about that over there because I almost bought Founder's Kentucky Breakfast Stout, but I didn't get that. So that was just one that I should have got. Though I wanted to try it, but it's aged in bourbon barrels. It's the breakfast stout style, aged in bourbon barrels.
I need to learn how to make my own beer.
You could do that.
That stuff's way too expensive.
You could try mead. You could try mead.
Or the did you see Punky Rooster's video on the what it she was I guess it's like apple cider wine because she used the champagne yeast and it only took like 3 days or 4 days or something like that.
What did you call her?
Punky
Turkey
Rooster.
rooster.
Okay. Hunky Rooster, yep. I thought you said Brewster. My mistake. Sorry.
Punky
Sure.
Rooster.
Yeah, Rooster. There's no B in her
Only
name.
3 a.m. Simon. It's only 3 a.m.
Yeah, it is 3 a.m. over there.
Uh,
Simon. Yeah, Gage.
Good one.
JT's making meat as well.
I've never had meat. I wonder what it tastes like.
It's good. I have it at the Renaissance Festival when they have it here. They sell mead.
Never had it either. It's got to be good, right? It's got alcohol in it.
Yeah, I mean that statement's kind of not the best one to give, just because it has alcohol. I mean, you know, well, I'm not even gonna go there.
Bottles and James wine coolers. They have alcohol in them, but they don't taste very good.
That would be a good Meetups live, Gage. Make sure you let them know that you want to see that happen. I tell them all the time, like, you got an open door to my live cast, man. Hop on here anytime you want. He was talking about me and JT with some mead. Well, we saw how it happened with me and J. What the heck was JT drinking? I was drinking vodka, and he was drinking what? Tequila or vodka? I don't know. We were drinking.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I just stuck with the beer.
That was a crazy, crazy night.
It has alcohol in it, but it's not good, Rev.
Good.
Yeah, it has a good rhyme to it too. Schlitz. It will give you you fill in the blank.
It could be most beer too.
Uh,
I can't remember. I forget what it was. It was in Truly Tasteless joke book, and it was something about something going to the beach. I forget, but the punchline was because you could get sand in your Schlitz. I just remember that joke.
well, I mean, one time I bought this. I guess this. God, I can't remember the name. I thought it was a cool bottle. It was from Belgium. It was like had a monk on it or whatever. It was like one of the old time cloudy milk bottles or whatever it was, jugs or whatever the hell. And man, I was like, man, this thing's got to be awesome for $18, $19 a bottle. Oh my God, it was horrible. Oh my God, it's one of the worst beers I've ever had in my life. But I mean, yeah, it had alcohol, but yeah, I wouldn't say it was very good.
Simon, you didn't miss anything. Charles loves his chili hat, and so does everybody else. So it's just his normal live stream attire now.
Yeah, we've been doing it for about a week or two. So we're just going with this. We're trying to be unique. We're just having fun. I'm a normal goofball, so it works out.
You got to stand out in the crowd.
Exactly. So there's no better way than having a red chili on your head.
Yeah, and he was eating some Reaper chocolate a minute ago.
Yep. Yes, I do like Odell. I do like the three-legged lab. Those are very good.
All right, Julian's in the house.
Yeah, that's true, Gage. The first time I ate that serpent's head, and I went very sparingly on all the other pieces.
Which Dave was here, right? So that was a Monday.
It was a Monday.
Yeah.
Yep. It's about a week. Yeah, I think it's about a week.
Dave's not here today because he's going to be. Did he say? Well, he's not in the on the panel here. Might be in the chat somewhere. But what the heck did he say? He said he was. Hang on. It's funnier the way he put it.
Hey, Cody.
Fumbling around.
Julian.
What's up, Cody?
Hey, Cody. Jared says I have a bottle of mead in the fridge. I need to drink it. I love mead. What does mead taste like? It sounds like it's going to be a honey type beer. That wouldn't be considered like a moonshine, would it?
It's cider? No.
Oh, that's it. He's single daddying. That's
I see.
yeah. So he's doing that stuff, but he might be on Wednesday.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks like he's got a lot of work done in this greenhouse, or area that he has covered for his 17-gallon pots. So yeah, that's a good description, Matt. It's kind of like brandy wine. If you like brandy wine.
Engage said half of a Rev's views are probably from me or people that I told to watch. Appreciate that. It's awesome. Usually kind of meat is usually kind of sweet and heavy in alcohol. Hey, got my ears perking up. It's more like wine than beer, alcohol-wise. Hey.
Go back to sleep.
Hey, quit barking. Man.
So the mead, if you let it sit longer and longer, does it get stronger and stronger?
I never made it. I just tried it from wherever I was. Like I said, I usually get it at the Renaissance Festival. I mean, it's not something I go and buy on a regular basis because most people know that I'm into sours and Berliner Weiss and those type of beers, fruit ales.
Before it rolls off the screen, Julian said Mead got the pyramids built. I would like to know how the pyramids were built. They did find new evidence that whoever was in on the building of it, like the workers, like quote workers, were actually not slaves. They were because they said they found campsites outside of the pyramids, and they actually found bones and other things like that that suggested that the workers were actually like very nicely paid because they had whatever like decent food and stuff.
Very well fed.
Yeah. But I would like to know how the heck those things were built.
One brick at a time?
Possibly. One fun fact, engineers say that if we tried to duplicate the pyramids right now with all of our technology, we still cannot do it. We don't have anything that can lift a 50 or a 500-ton object. Was it 300 feet in the air or something like that? I'm sure if we specifically tried to duplicate it, we could do it. But according to these engineers, we don't actually have things that can do that at this moment. Because most of our stuff weighs significantly less. Not a one piece, was it 500 ton or something like that? It's I believe it's a stone right above the grand staircase. I'm fascinated by the pyramids. Well, and Egypt. I mean, well, you got to know right there.
Now you gotta let mead age. The longer it ages, the more mellow it gets, and it takes on a more complex taste as it goes or as it ages. Okay. Now the mead can only brew for 4 weeks. Anything over will start to turn to vinegar, just like other beers and wines. Wines do that.
I second your comment there, Jared. Yeah, bring it on.
Sour diesel, I don't do that, so, but that's what they're talking about.
Yes, sacred geometry. I don't think that aliens build it. I think there's a higher probability that our, as in humans, got to a certain level of technology. Like, I like to think of it as just going down different roads. And like at one time, like instead of going straight forward to where we are today, there was a veer off point and they went on a different technological way. Like we use oil to like have engines and stuff like that. That would be this way. And then maybe there was some alternative energy type thing. Got hit by a meteor, wipes out most of the planet, and we start all the way back over with sticks and stones and got to
Did they
build
break it
ourselves
down?
back up. I think that's happened over and over and over and over and over again. And I think that I think we've been around a lot longer than we think we were. Because just think about it. We get hit by a meteor and like, 2/3 of the whole world gets wiped out tomorrow. Well, how many of you guys out there know how to run a power plant? I don't. So we don't have power. There goes our computers. There goes most of our data. All we're left with is books, and we got to start all over from there. And if you ever watch that Life Without Humans show on Discovery or Animal Planet or whatever that was,
Yep.
it only takes like 200 years, and almost everything that we've ever built is gone, except for what was it? The pyramids, Mount Rushmore, and they're all stone objects, really. Like all skyscrapers, bridges, everything are gone in like 200 years.
Mayan
Again,
temples.
I've been fascinated by this stuff ever since I heard Randall Carlson on Joe Rogan.
The Mayan temples.
Yeah, but even those, they're like, there's so many down there that we don't even know about because like the ground has consumed them. We think they're mountains, but they're, a lot of them are actual pyramids down there. Which you think the pyramids are crazy? Go look at the monoliths in South America. They have like one stone will be 50 tons, and it is cut so precisely that the stone on top of it, you can't even put a piece of paper between the two.
Yeah. See, I used to watch Ancient Aliens all the time because I watched what's his name,
Papalopoulos?
blah blah, yeah, with the poofy hair.
Yeah.
Like, God dang, look at that guy's hair. Damn, he's smooth.
And I don't doubt that there's aliens, but I just find it weird that not like there was so many I remember growing up in the 80s. There was so many alien sightings back then. Then all of a sudden we get these little devices where we can record anything at any time, any point. Well, I haven't seen like a legitimate alien sighting in like the last 20 years. And you would think somebody would get that on video, especially in the day of YouTube or the age of YouTube.
Well, they usually do. It's always blurry. It's always, the ship's always moving like this.
Yeah, and their camera's moving like this while they're trying to record.
We're sorry about the video quality. So he was using the Samsung blah blah blah, or the Apple blah blah blah, and yeah, sure.
Oh, dude, Tangerine Dream. I'm jealous, Jared. I missed that comment. Anything with a fruit name, I'm down. But, or Trainwreck. What the heck was the one? I had a favorite. I can't remember it now. It's been a while. I should hook you up with my address, Jared. Maybe you could hook me up. But didn't we talk about this one of the other live streams about trying to get Jared to send all of us an edible?
We have talked about that in the past.
Oh man, yeah, I'm the bad one of the group. What? Hefty Bag. Is Hefty Bag the garbage bag? I'm really jealous. That is a Hefty Bag. Dang it. Okay, yeah, I'm really jealous. Blue Dream, thank you. That's another one. That's not the one I was thinking of.
Not to change subject. Well, I guess it is changing subjects, but okay. I just had a thought or whatever, which usually isn't very intelligent usually. But so, how many people you know, or how many people? Well, I guess how many people you know actually start peppers, like plant them in the ground and going from there? I mean, the percentage has to be very, very low. Or is it that we're just kind of blinded by everything we see through the community and through YouTube? And there's a lot of people who do that.
There's a lot of people that do that, but they don't go on the pepper lovers community. they're like your neighbors and stuff that never tell you that they grow things. And there's a bunch of people that'll like go to the box store and like, oh, this jalapeno looks good, or like they're educated on their peppers. This jalapeno, it looks like a good thing. It's this
Yeah.
habanero.
Batman's in the house.
Hey, Batman.
Batman.
So you got Derek scared, Batman. As you know, there's apparently an extended version of your video that we must see. So if you have that, correct?
No. That's an extended version of Derek, Crazy Kimberlin's catching the bat in the house video.
Oh, I thought he was talking about one from last night.
No. The one, yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had that.
That's what I keep saying. Like, everybody will love that video.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought he was talking about he had an extended version of his live stream last night. I'm like, hell, I want to see that. I want to see what else went on that we didn't get to see last night. Even though I did have to go and rewatch it because I went out to dinner, but still, it was still very entertaining. I'm glad you made it through, Batman. I'm looking forward to getting the chip in a couple days. I'm hoping it's about the same as far as what you ate last night. So the only thing is I don't have any Youngstown French vanilla ice cream or whatever that ice cream manufacturer was.
Wow. That says he makes edibles infused with 250 or 500 milligrams of activated shatter. You feel it in less than 7 minutes. Holy cow. That is really, really quick. Oh, for you guys, usually if you take an edible, you don't feel it for about a half hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, and that's usually where people screw up and go, I don't feel anything. Maybe I should just eat another one. Then they eat another one, and then they have the most fun time ever. They really don't, but...
Yeah, Turkey Hill. I know it had some Youngstown or something. Some ice cream I've never seen.
Turkey Hill. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't bought ice cream. I don't think I've ever bought ice cream, actually. Like, I bought like an ice cream cone, but I don't think I've ever like went to the store and bought ice cream. I'll have to look at the grocery store next time I go.
It's the cell brand. Well, whatever works.
Julian said they indico and they should have sativa'd. That's hilarious. Guess that's the only one that got that one, Julian.
Oh, I got it, but I'm just...
Rob, or no, I'm thinking of Kentucky. Wait, no, it's Tennessee. They just legalized growing hemp, I believe. Yeah, somewhat recently. Yeah, Nashville's in Tennessee, right? Yeah.
How big should I let shishito pods get before harvesting? Let them turn red. Because don't they start out green and then turn red?
I always ate them green. I never ate them red. You can pick them red, but I like them green.
I like
I've
them
only
green
had
too.
them red.
Yeah, they're kind of like jalapenos. If you let jalapenos go long enough, they turn red too. But I like jalapenos green, and I like shishitos green too. be nice, Cody. But apparently there's invisible lines all over the place that we can't see that, kind of like shipping to Canada. Can't like ship seeds to Canada without it costing, like $4 just because it has to go across a little imaginary line. We've talked about this. I'm starting a campaign to it can take the same amount of time, but no more of this like from where Rob is in Minnesota to JT. It's only like, I mean, I don't know, it's probably 3 or 4 times the distance to me from Rob than it is from Rob to JT in Canada. But yet it'll cost like 5 times more for Rob to ship it to Canada than it would over to me. Ridiculous. Just because it goes across an imaginary line. Ooh, sauteed shishitos with butter and salt, green and pepper green.
Devin's father grew shishitos, and that's where I first tried one. And I only got them in red. I never got a green one. So I only know the flavor of the red ones.
I never let mine get to red.
Yeah.
I remember they were green, and I was like, they're done. Just went out, snipped them off, and ate them. Ham cakes. Never heard of them. But I'm down here in the Bible Belt, so probably wouldn't have.
Well, hell, Matt's here.
What's that?
Matt lives down the way from me.
Oh. Well, he's a lot braver than me then, I guess. I've heard this pan fry with the shishitos from everybody.
That's the way to go. Susan always talks about that. That's what I did.
I can't remember how. I think I just ate them like straight off the plant. Just picked them and ate them right there on the spot. Because I don't remember one ever making it into my kitchen. We've got a Pepper Lovers Europe and a Pepper Lovers Japan, and it's the Pepper Lovers worldwide at Pepper Lovers on Google+.
Yep.
We don't discriminate on country.
Yeah, the benefit of the internet is worldwide.
The worldwide interwebs. And not a shishito, Matt, but I pan-fried a green pepper over the weekend. Green pepper, onions, and mushrooms. A little bit of butter. Let those things go, and then whenever they're done, throw them on top of a steak. And the shishitos do produce like a beast.
Mm-hmm. I was picking, all the time.
Yeah, they're like
all
a cayenne.
And it's like a little bitty plant too, like 2 foot. You're like, what are you gonna give me today? And then you miss some, and you're like, uh-oh, I have some red ones. I must have missed those the other day.
I don't think I ever grew any Jimmy Nardella. I've seen them, but I haven't grown them.
I think I killed mine. That was one of the 18 casualties.
Ed said he's got about 12 pods on there right now. You talking about the shishito? And if so, is that the seeds I sent? That's really cool.
Oh, Batman, it's not gonna work unless you put AKA in it. You gotta put the whole thing. So you gotta put Russ, AKA Yaya is me. Then after the @ symbol, then it'll work.
What is that? A.K.A? Or is it A space or A
It's
dot
A
space?
dot, so to do @Russ, A.K.A, Yaya is me, and then it'll highlight.
It should highlight if you just type in Russ. Like just the first 2 letters should bring it up. In the chat, that is. But I guess he's talking about on the Hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hangouts is finicky, man. They want like every single letter and everything on there. I've done that before where who was it? Devin. Every time I get Devin on here, holy cow, man! Like he had this long name, and I'd be like typing it in, and it would never recognize him until like I'm one letter from the very end, and then they're like, "Oh, you mean Devin?" I'm like, "Come on! Like he's been on the live stream. Like, what the heck?"
Well, what I don't like is like maybe I'm an idiot, which is a possibility again, but like when you go and you do a post on Google Plus, okay, so you have a picture and then you go, crap, I forgot to do the plus Revtos TV or whatever. Well, it won't, I mean, at least for me or whatever, it's like it takes things away. It won't put the at Revtos TV where it's highlighted. So it goes in, so you could do the link and then it jacks with your picture and then it like takes a picture away and does like the Google picture link and not the picture when you start editing the post or whatever. But I mean, I could be an idiot. I mean, I'm not that tech savvy, so is it at you missed the ad. The ad goes before the AKA unless you're just jacking with us.
Man, tomatillos. I've never got a tomatillo to grow. I've tried year after year after year, and man, I'm really good at killing those things. I had one that actually, I mean, it was pretty big. It got about that big, but never actually produced a tomatillo. Kind of killed it.
So Russ, what would you go by? Because there's so many Russes. How would you distinguish yourself between other Russes?
Russ's TV.
Welcome to Grand Central Station, where somebody's coming in the door every half hour to an hour.
Is someone stopping by to like borrow a big rig lift?
Yeah.
Just people bringing stuff over and picking stuff up. I picked buckets of tomatillos last year from 6 plants. Cool.
I think he is screwing with you at this point, man.
He is. Come on.
Oh, that's great.
That unless he had a few too many.
Okay, I am apparently missing something here.
Well, Batman's going to get it once in a few minutes. He's going to have it so where Russ's name is highlighted in the chat for him. He's only tried 7 or 8 times now.
And one good tip for trying to find someone on Hangouts, and I know this because of this live stream and doing Hangouts and stuff. If you can't get their name to pop up, even though you're following them and stuff, get the real email address that they use to log into any Google thing, like their YouTube, their Google Plus, Hangouts, anything like that. Because I don't even remember what mine is. No, mine's not even revtostv@gmail.com. But that's one of my email addresses. But that's not the one I use to log into this account. So, like, if you wanted to get up with me and you couldn't, I would have to give you my real email address. And then, well, I say real. It's not, I don't even use it, but I do for this account, I guess. I don't know. Does anybody else out there have like, 7, 8, 12 email addresses that they just have laying around? All linked to one device, so all the emails come in. You have no clue which email it came in on. You're like, oh, I got an email. You just respond.
I have 4 that dump into my Gmail account. That's just for personal stuff, and I've got maybe 6 different business ones.
I have at least 4, just on my phone. Because every time I go there and they're like, "Oh, this is email, like your primary account." I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And I look at it and I'm like, "That's not my primary account." Love it. Everybody's trying to figure out how to get the highlighted thing.
Did mine work?
I'm willing to bet no. That was so weird. You said, "Did mine work?" And I'm like, "Where the heck is his thing?" And I looked up and I saw you hit engage, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it wasn't until I like I said in my mind, like, "Oh, okay." Then your chat popped up. Yeah, but like Rob said, it should only highlight to the person you're actually sending it to, or that you're talking about.
Yep.
Yep. And if you do the A with a circle and then first two letters, it should automatically pop up as long as you're chatting in the chat.
Oh, the fun things. So, in one of the videos, you said something special tonight. What was that something special tonight?
Got canceled.
Okay, what was it?
Might find out Wednesday
I don't want to wait till Wednesday.
or Friday.
How about Saturday at like 8 o'clock?
Nah. Or wait, what the heck? I'm flexible. Yeah, sure.
What was
Nope.
that?
I won't be able to watch it. I'll be at work. So what is it, Rev?
No, we'll find out Wednesday. I don't like to give away things. I don't. That's why I never put anything in the title until it actually happens. So I like I like it to be a surprise, which is really weird because I don't really like surprises. But if you need to know, I'll let you know when we're not live.
Okay. I don't need to know. I'll let you be surprised.
Hey, look, Batman got it.
There he goes. No, he still didn't get it.
Oh man, this is great.
Ah, you guys.
Get more water.
The surprise for me is I'm kind of smart now and then. Yeah, I don't know if anybody caught what my shirt says, but people think I'm smart.
Yeah,
Paul's in the house.
we're going through how to get your name highlighted, and some are experiencing technical difficulties. So we're helping out each other until we get it. Batman,
Bernie's in the house.
friggin' beans. Oh shit. Oh crap. Friggin' beans. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Just experimenting with highlighting. Rev has a secret, but he won't tell us till Wednesday or Friday. Um, I ate some chocolate earlier.
And enjoyed every minute of it.
I did. Rob Z is going to sell powder and vials on the street. I mean, through
On the street. Yeah. See how that goes. Don't use a highlighter marker. Oh boy, marker. Uh,
Yeah, that was a very funny clip, Gage. Like I said, I showed to my employees. They thought it was humorous as well. So, yep, that was a hot pod. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Gage knows as well. So, if you want to try a pretty decent hot pod, get a hold of Gage when he has more serpent heads, since that's what we're going with as far as name. It's pretty hot.
has anyone considered making a blackberry hot sauce? Bravado makes a blueberry ghost, so blackberry isn't too different.
I thought about making blackberry sauce, but I stick with the blueberry.
Uh, has
Yeah.
anyone considered making blackberry? And then he says, I have almost unlimited amounts right now if anybody wants, and he just pays for shipping. Huh.
Yeah, I actually got the Bravado Blueberry Ghost one. I'm pretty sure I do. It's another one I haven't opened yet.
Yep, I took about a gallon a day, takes about 45 minutes a gallon. Wow, almost
Hmm.
a solid acre of them. Wow.
A lot. I used to pick blackberries when I was a kid.
JRF is in the house.
What's up, JRF? What's up, Paulo? Dude, when you said Rob selling powder on the street, man, I lost it.
Well, I gotta make it humorous, dude.
That's great.
He's the pusher man.
And since this seems to work with Derek all the time, I'm going to bring up Scott Tippett. So Scott Tippett is out there in the chat. Chime on in. But yeah, he was offering me some of his jam, and I'm like, oh, I really don't eat bread. Dude, I have the biggest craving for bread right now. I almost bought like a one of those like sticks of what is it, Italian or French bread or whatever. I didn't know they were that cheap. They're only like 2 for $3 for
Yeah,
like
they're like a dollar a loaf. The French bread dollar.
well, everything's more expensive here because I'm at the beach.
Oh, that's right.
Even gas too. It's kind of a running joke. If you want gas, go across the bridge and go get gas because it's like 5 cents cheaper over there. But the bridge is like 5 miles long, so how much you really paying? You know, are you really
All right.
getting your money's worth? Man, I would love to have acres of blackberries. Actually, raspberries.
What about snozberries?
The snozberries taste like snozberries. That's the second time I heard snozberries today. Ooh, blackberry cobbler. I don't even like sweets, and that sounds really, really good.
With a scoop of ice cream on top.
Or apple pie. I haven't had apple pie and I haven't had any kind of pie in years. Always partial to pumpkin
What?
pie now. Hmm?
These, how are these pies selling so good? Go get one of those pies. That's my pie. Sorry, this is Revenge of the Nerds.
yeah, I forgot. Like Revenge of the Nerds, man. You cannot make that movie today. Put that like what was it, the Darth Vader mask on, and then like technically rape that chick.
Yes, blueberries, elderberries. That's
Uh,
that's from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Jared, I seriously have no clue how much gas is. That's one thing. My dad, he can tell you the price of gas at like 12 gas stations around his house, what the price is here, at like five different stations. Like, I've never done that in my entire life. I never pay attention to gas because you need it. And I go to the closest one I can and get gas. And if it's 5 cents more or whatever, I don't care. I just fill up. However, I haven't filled up my tank since January 2013. I know that for sure. That was the
Hmm.
last time I ever filled up my tank. Other than that, I've put $10 or $15 in, and whatever $10 or $15 gets me, that's what I do at a time. And yes, I know having your gas tank low means all the sediment and garbage is at the very bottom, and that's what you're going to pick up. But I trust my filters and all of my gas equipment stuff.
So Jared, here we pay about $1.30 less than you do a gallon.
Yeah, I want to say it's like two something. Two. Wait, I put $15 in my truck the other day, and I got 4 or 5 gallons. Must have been over 5 gallons. I don't know. It was two something, but I never pay attention. Blueberries.
Well, I took the car out yesterday. Put in 3/4 of a tank of 93 octane at 302 a gallon.
302. No, it's definitely in the $2 range. I don't know how much it is, but
Yeah, but here 93 octane is the highest you can get. If it
oh,
was
right, right,
89,
right.
it'd be 253 or 254.
Wait, 93 is the highest you can get? I think we have 97 here. I think it's what is it? 87, 93, and 97? I don't know. I go with the cheapest one.
Yeah, Aaron, they do that here too. They do the summer blend. So we get the same crap here. So it's all good. It doesn't matter what state you're in.
Yeah. Look at all these people that know what the price of gas is. This is crazy.
Shit, you gotta know, man.
I don't have to know because I'm going
You
to get
fill up your
screwed no
car.
matter what it is.
You need to know how much you're paying for gas.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to get screwed no matter what. So like I was saying, my dad, he knows like all the gas prices everywhere. He's like, "Oh, we're not going to fill up here. We're going to go another 20 miles down the road and fill up." I'm like, "Why would you drive 20 miles just to save 3 cents a gallon?"
See, I don't go with that philosophy.
See you later, freaky.
But I do know at least a couple gas stations that are close around me to I know what the difference is. So I kind of keep track on what I mean. If I can save 5, 6, 10 cents for a block, yeah, I'll go another block to go to save five or whatever it might be. But I'm not going to drive around forever to save X amount of dollars.
And yeah, no, I totally agree. But that's kind of like my predicament. I could either go to 7-Eleven over here or I could go to the corner gas station over there. They're the same distance, and 7-Eleven cards me, so I'm mad at them. So I don't go there. But other than that, I gotta like actually drive to go get gas. So it's kind of a no-brainer. I just go to the gas station where the chick at the counter flirts with me, and by the way, she's a lesbian. But she flirts with me, and that makes me feel good. So I'm like, heck with that, I'm going there.
Well, I mean, you have reasons to justify paying that price. So there you go.
I only know
That's
she's a
all that
lesbian.
matters.
I only know she's well, I don't she said she was a lesbian. I only know that because there was some weird guy with his shirt off, by the way, and he was flirting with her. He was actually just being annoying. I thought he was annoying. Can't imagine being the girl he was talking to. But he finally left, and she's like, "Jeez, oh man, like I can't believe all these guys like keep hitting on me." And of course, I go into cheese mode, and I'm like, "Oh, really? What are you doing later tonight? You want to go hang out?" And obviously, she knew I was just joking around, but but yeah, Eric, she told me that she's like, yeah, it's so annoying when guys are hitting on you. They don't even go away whenever you tell them, like, whenever I tell them I've got a girlfriend. But she still flirts with me, so I don't know if that's like a lesbian thing or what. But
Maybe she's bi.
yeah, well, she didn't say she was a lesbian. She just said she had a girlfriend. So yeah, you might be right. Kind of, Aaron. Kind of like Lebanese, but just a little different. I love when Rob makes those kind of noises. You can tell he's totally like in tune with what's going on.
Well, it's interesting. They're talking about the blackberries and going back and forth for the sauce. Then every once in a while, a comment pops up about something totally different.
But these are all movie quotes too.
My wife will drive across town in her Tahoe to save 5 cents a gallon, and then only put 7 gallons in the tank. She spends more driving than she saves.
Chad, when she told me that she had a girlfriend, I was like, "Oh, really? Well, what are you both doing later tonight?" It didn't work. I tried. And by the way, I'm not that guy. Like every guy wants a threesome. I don't. I will have a good enough time disappointing one girl. Why would I want to disappoint two? Like that's the way I look at it.
As we were talking about contact earlier.
Derek's back.
What's up, Derek?
Yeah, Derek, you don't know what you got into now. We got all kinds of conversations going. So you can jump into I want a small flat rate box of blackberries, or talking about girls saying they're lesbians. And that's why you're getting rejected.
And Eric said, "I thought I was the only one who hears that a lot." Oh, that's too great. That's a good point, Matt. Nah, my pan is very weak. No, I'm more, nah, I don't know how the hell I was going to go with that, but I'm better off on a live stream than I am trying to, well, I was going to say, than talk to a girl. That doesn't make any sense. Nah, pretty much the same thing, but.
If you want to do this live stream more than talk to the girl, then we need to talk after the live stream.
Well, apparently we need to talk, so. No, it's just easier to do the live stream.
Oh, okay.
No, I talk to a lot of girls. They just they're like, "Oh, you're a funny friend." I'm like, "Oh, great. I'm in that boat."
You got in the zone. Don't worry.
I'm one of those F people.
Yeah, we've all been in the zone once or twice.
And there's no coming out of that zone.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen some porn and like it works in there, but
you can't base your real life on porn, Rev.
I know. I was delivering pizza and like I delivered to like
I know that's a plot. That's a movie.
I know, and not one girl wanted to put out. It was so weird.
Okay, that's a movie. You gotta get out. You gotta get out of that fantasy land. So you got Susan here on a Monday, and you got her going, what the hell are you guys talking about? You got one idiot on this live stream panel with a chili on top of his head. You got one guy talking about pizza porn or something. Matt's talking about pulling out peppers. Then we're talking about blackberries. So Susan, I would get on the blackberry chat part of this. That's what I would stick with. About getting a single flat rate box of blackberries to make sauce or any kind of other food dish.
I second that.
Yeah, Susan, I don't know. We've been on tangents. I have no idea. I honestly don't know how we got into these different tangents here.
Just different real life scenarios that went down, you know. Like Jared said, he had an opportunity to have a threesome when he was in his early 20s with his girlfriend and her friend. Totally chickened out. I would have done the exact same thing. I would do that tomorrow if I had a girlfriend and she was like, let's have a threesome. I'd be like, nah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Susan. I think you have to correct that, Derek. I believe we're talking about Rev's lack of swagger. Although I was pretty quick on the game right there when she was like, can you believe all these guys are hitting on me? I'm like, what are you doing later tonight? I was right on that stuff, but I don't know. When you look like this, I mean, obviously the chicks don't like you. So. Obviously that was a joke because chicks go for attitude, not for looks. Guys go for looks. That's why you see some like really successful guy like dating some like freaking idiot, but she's really hot. I couldn't do that though. How about you, Rob? Can you do that? Can you date like some really gorgeous chick but has absolutely no personality whatsoever?
No, I don't care what girls look like as long as they can keep up with me mentally, which is not easy to do on a straight on conversation.
Susan, no one. No, I wasn't hitting on a girl. Some guy was hitting on a girl, and then whenever I got up to the, I was at the gas station, like Jared said, and I don't know about mad game.
That's how we got on this. We're talking about gas prices. That's how, Susan, this is how we got on this subject. All right, continue, Rev.
But no, she was getting hit on by some like weird guy with his shirt off that should have had a shirt on. I say that as a straight guy, but even if I was a hot chick, I'm pretty sure I'd be saying he should have his shirt on. But she was getting hit on, and I went up, and she was like, "Can you believe like I'm getting hit on by all these guys and everything?" And I'm like, "What are you doing later tonight?" You know, just totally did some cheese ball move and everything, and somehow I don't know. She said like, even when I tell them that I have a girlfriend, that blah blah blah, and so yeah, she has a girlfriend, whatever. Yep, that's where we were. Yet here we are.
Yes, Chad, you summed it up well. We talked about aliens. We talked about the pyramids. We talked about another subject,
Herbs?
Cheetos. Which Susan, if you'd like to chime in on that, red or green for shishitos, what is your preference?
And Chad said Lebanese women.
Blackberries, Lebanese women, gas prices, and I ate some chocolates from Chad.
And where'd it go? Julian said pyramids to pump game. Oh, yes. Pimp game. My bad. Okay, pump game, pimp game, whatever. Yeah, we've been talking about all that stuff. Same here, Batman. My mama said I was the most handsome boy in the world too, and I did believe her for a while. Till a lot of girls told me I was wrong. So yeah. Here we are.
So I think Susan's saying she's going with green.
Jared, no, it wasn't the filling up my tank. That was I was just buying a drink. I do that out at the pump. Just put your card in, pull it out. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know how to do that at the pump. But no, I was doing that outside. So she didn't know how much I was actually. Well, I guess she got that little thing there that says how much people buy, right? But Even if she was a lesbian, she saw my truck, she'd be like, I'm switching. That's a nice truck. And that's a cool guy. Yeah.
So
Well, that's
Rob,
why I go for $15, Jared. My truck's a gas hog, but I don't go far. $15 lasts me like 4 or 5 days.
oh, also we're talking about Rob's business idea. Rob,
Yeah.
your
As
bio. Show Susan so she can see what you have. You'll be selling
I
them.
carry around a bottle. Screw off top, fill it full of powder, hold 7 grams of powder. Nice and convenient. I got to figure out labels for it and that kind of stuff, and I got a place where I can manufacture it. So might start doing that this year. Uh oh, Susan says green is better for shishitos too. On trips to Gettysburg, me and my cousin always went to the turkey reservation. Uh, dead set on hooking up with Pocahontas.
Gatlinburg, isn't that Kentucky or Tennessee? Or am I totally in the wrong state? Gatlinburg, isn't that Kentucky? And Jared summed up exactly why I'm unlucky. Chevy guys get all the chicks. There you go. I got a Dodge. But like I've stated many times, my favorite vehicle is one that runs and doesn't break down. So I really don't care. Except for those ones. What's his? What are they? The smart cars or whatever? The little tiny little things. They look like a little tiny shoe. I don't like those. But I wouldn't be intimidated by a Prius. I wouldn't get one because they're like an environmental disaster. But Gatlinburg is in Tennessee. Kia guys get married and start a family. File taxes on time. Wow, look at you, model American.
Unless you're a guy who buys a Kia Stinger GT. So if you spent $50,000, I bet you have different priorities.
I was just about to say, like, but what do those cost? Yeah, Dollywood. Hey, you know, we almost had a Dollywood about 2 miles from, or 5 miles for the bridge. 7, 8 miles from me, like where I'm sitting right now. We almost had a Dollywood. They were in talks and everything, and I think property was even bought, and then they sold it off, and it's not going to happen. Almost had a Dollywood. I've never been. I like Dolly Parton though. He's got a good accent. Look at that. Jared, man. He's like killing it all around, man. He's got a Kia too. Oh, but it's broke down. Okay, it's a Kia. Can't be too much to fix.
Derek said he's part Cherokee. They thought that bit would work.
You still didn't get a Pocahontas? I guess you said your cousin was trying, but didn't you try? Wait, what's that word, Julian? Part
Arapaho?
Arapaho. Jesus.
What? That's the Indian tribe.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought it was a slang.
No.
Okay, my apologies.
A lot of talk of shishitos tonight too.
Oh man, that's a heck of a stretch there, Jared. The Kia needs a starter. And maybe a transmission too. That sucks. Now, if you think it needs a transmission, if it's an automatic, check the fluid. Hopefully that's all it is. That's what I always do. Every time I'm like, I think the tranny's slipping. I just check the fluid and hopefully that's the only problem. But I saw many videos on how to rebuild a transmission and I was totally blown away at just all the little places that fluid has to go and all that stuff. And I was intimidated, and I was like, "There's no way I'd ever rebuild a automatic transmission. I'd only rebuild a manual transmission." I watched a guy rebuild a automatic transmission like a couple weeks ago, and that is not that hard at all. It's just a bunch of clutch plates and bands and stuff like that. It's really not that big of a deal.
So look forward to future videos from Rev to how to rebuild an automatic transmission.
I hope not,
Okay.
because I only have one vehicle, and I really don't want to rebuild the transmission in that one. But
Just go pick some random vehicle around town.
I will totally do that. Yeah, I've already rebuilt a transmission a couple times. Well, like 7 times, and it didn't run when it was done. But I mean, I did it.
Speaking of rebuilding, how's your greenhouse coming?
It's still apart.
Any signs of forward progress?
It's coming.
Okay. I'm just asking.
It will be done, but like I said many times, every time we get warm weather, it rains. So that's been one big holdup, and there's a bunch of other things too. But I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
But it will be done.
I believe you. I was just asking how it's coming along.
Yeah, right now, not.
Oh, it's in the planning stage.
No, I'm
That would be
past that.
something.
I'm past the planning stage. I actually came to decisions on most everything.
Man, I'm hoping my garden will be completed in a couple weeks. Totally. So it's almost there.
Yeah, and technically all my plants could be outside right now. I mean, it's only I can't see the. I always look over there like I can see the thermostat, or the thermometer. It's probably like 65 right now outside, middle of the night. So we're definitely in the clear. But when you have double cups, I don't want to put them outside because if it rains, the cups fill up and then you drown your plant.
How's it going, Aaron?
What's up, Aaron? But that's part of my big holdup. I have to have the greenhouse done before I take the plants outside. But I want to take the plants out, but I can't do that until the greenhouse is built. But I already have at least a 4-part series on the greenhouse planned. So,
Ooh.
right. One, two, wait, one, two. Okay, at least 3-part. But might be 4 or 5.
So it's 3 or 4 hours.
More than likely, yeah. But the good thing about that is I'll film it with the GoPro and then I'll speed it up.
Okay. And will those be available when you have them ready, Rob, on the marketplace?
Depends on how they do here, but probably. But again, it won't be until the fall time. I don't have any peppers at the moment, or any pods at the moment.
Matt, that's a really good question, and now I'm starting to question myself. Originally, I was planning just wooden frame, but now that you said cattle panel frame, it could be wooden frame, A-frame style with cattle panel over top of it. Ooh, that's a good one. But original plan was just straight wood frame. Hmm. No, I'm gonna stick with just wood frame, not cattle panel. But I do love when I see people do the cattle panel. The only problem with that, I did mine out of PVC, so I did PVC hoops, and I connected them and had ribs going down the side. It was a bad idea because once we had our first heavy rain, the plastic actually sunk on one of the rails and weighed the entire thing down. I had the entire greenhouse, the back of the greenhouse, just collapse on me because of that. So it's kind of better to not have anything going. What would that be? Horizontal on the roof of the greenhouse, just everything straight down on it. So yeah, okay, never mind. I just changed my mind again. So yeah, no cattle panel. I'm gonna go straight straight wood, like I thought before. Yeah, do that. Need some pictures. Got I don't know. The original building of my greenhouse, I think I have like 4 or 5 videos up about that thing. And then rebuilding the greenhouse, I think I probably have like a dozen videos about that. I've got that down too. I can have it done in, or no, I think it took me about an hour. I was going to say 20 minutes, but I think it takes me about an hour to replace a roof on that thing. By myself, by the way. And it's 12 feet wide by 24 feet long. And yeah, Matt, I like the cattle panel idea, but I don't know. I just don't like the horizontal type anything on there. I like it so the rain will just run off of it and not collect. Because if you have horizontal things going, it'll like push down on the plastic. Eventually, you get water accumulating. Whenever that happens, bad things happen.
That's when things start stretching.
Well, it's yeah, yeah. And when they start stretching, more water accumulates, and then you have a roof come down. I mean, I think it was I think it was like a month after I put up my greenhouse the very first time. We had one of the worst rains ever, and it was, I don't know how many inches of rain came down, but the entire back half of the entire greenhouse collapsed. Just all came in. It was very crazy. I wish I had a welder, Devin. Still not gonna call you a putz.
I didn't even notice the pepper putz was in the house.
Yeah, he's been here for a little bit.
Haven't been looking at the names, just reading all the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those cattle panels to use, so I can have my beans run up them this year.
Um, well, I missed a bunch of comments, but Susan with the arching the cattle panel, I'm definitely doing a wood frame. I already got the wood and everything. I just need to put it all together. But what I was thinking was with a wooden A-frame, putting the cattle panel on there and stapling it to the wood, and that way it would have, even more rigidity. But nah, I think I'm gonna not do that just because of what I said. I don't like the horizontal type things. I'm gonna keep everything. If anything, I think I might double up on the rafters and put twice as many rafters instead. Which, if you are building your own greenhouse, furring strip. They're like what are they? Half-inch thick by 2 inch wide, 1 inch wide. I think they're yeah, 1 by half. I think they are. But yeah, take those things and whatever kind of wood frame that you have on there, you can put that furring strip on there and screw that right into the wood, and that will hold all your plastic. Very, very good.
Jared, my father used to use the term putz all the time ever since I was a kid because his parents used it when he was a kid.
I've heard it my entire life, so I don't
Yeah,
know. Is that a northern term? Because I was born in the north.
it might be.
Well, I say I've heard that like my entire life, but I've heard that the whole time I was in the north, and I don't think I've ever heard it down here in the south. But I I still use it. So
I have my buddy's wire feed welder right now. Cheaper to borrow one.
that is on my list of things to get. I want to get a welder and learn how to use it. I've been
Just
wanting
watch
that.
Troll Forge.
What's that?
Just watch Troll Forge.
Well, I watch so many car videos where
I
it's
like
like
the
car
other.
mechanic or people rebuilding cars or any oh, we need new motor mounts in the front because we're putting an LS engine in a Ford or whatever. And I don't know, I just want one. Julian says down here they say pendejo.
Uh huh. Putz is Yiddish.
Is it? Sounds
I
Yiddish.
don't know. It's Aaron saying it.
Is Pennsylvania considered the Midwest? No, it's the Northeast.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Are you saying that because you're on the left coast?
Oh, Derek. Invest in a good pair of gloves and a mid-grade welding hood. Make sure it has a comfortable head strap, or else you'll be sorry after flipping the hood up and down after a while. Yep.
Yeah, and definitely have a freaking welding hood or, whatever the thing is. Because I've seen so many people where they're like lining everything up and then they're like, and then hit the button. And oh man, that has got to be horrible. Because from what I've never been around welding, but from what I hear, if you look at it, you're going to get a sunburn on your, cornea or whatever.
You'll get a sunburn on your skin if you're watching an arc. That's why you have to cover up.
Yeah.
That's why every welder has a thick jacket on and thick gloves and a full mask. No skin exposed.
Yeah, heavy, thick leather gloves, I believe, is what I was told to get.
Yeah, Scott Tippett. He can weld. I mean, he can weld good.
Ah, he's good at dropping dimes.
Yeah, you got to see some of his pictures.
Yeah, I should.
Cause he yeah.
Thanks, Russ. You're awesome.
Russ throws a green screen up on the screen or up in the chat. Just about made me fall over because it didn't say 289. And I'm teasing, of course.
Wait, what's
That's medical, yeah, Russ. I'll be right back. Oh, and putts. I showed everybody here the idea of the tube, and Peter Stanley, the guy who gave me the idea of it, was on here too, and everybody seems to like it. So test it out, see how you like it.
Julian? What does that word mean? I swear I know that word, but it's not coming to my mind right now. But a handful of babosas. You know that one, Charles? Babosas?
I probably do, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
That's what I'm doing too. That says arc welding, aka stick welding, is the easiest to learn. Wait, arc welding. Oh, okay, gotcha. But stick welding. I thought stick welding would be TIG welding. because you usually use a stick when you're TIG welding. But arc welding, isn't that MIG? No, that's mixed inert gas. TIG is tungsten inert gas. I don't know. I don't know enough about welding. I've seen it done.
It's like oxygen and acetylene.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that would be pretty easy to do. That'd be like brazing almost. Oh, that like even says more right in there. I should have just kept on reading. Just touch and go. Then once you get decent, you can try TIG welding or MIG, and then you can get into aluminum gas welding. I don't think I'm gonna do aluminum, but I don't know. I thought a MIG welder would be good enough for me. I don't have to weld anything really, but I'd like to. Jared said, "All I know is it's cold for half the year. What in the Midwest and the Northeast? I wouldn't be able to hang either place. Me neither. Well, I can, but only on vacation. Live? No. Beatty used to weld. See, all I got to do is get a welder. I'll just call him up. Be like, hey, I don't need you to make me an intro. I just need you to make me a welder.
So, Susan, this week it's going to be Derek, me, Rev. You're on this week, or
I hope so. As long
yeah,
as
so Rev, and
Blumberg.
Dave, and Blumberg, Rob Blumberg.
Did you say Derek too?
Derek, I said Derek, yes. And then I think next week it's you, Barbie, Russ, Amy, Adam. I think that's the group for the next week.
That sucks, Jared. Welding in a short sleeve shirt. That's the only thing that turns me off from trying to learn how to weld. I really try to wear the least amount of clothing as possible, so that wouldn't be a good thing with welding.
Yeah, we'll be on the show because we got threatened. So yes, we'll be there Thursday. If we have a chip, I don't want to repeat the kind of language I was threatened with. But yes, we're going to show up on the show.
I think it was like Annihilation or what was it?
I think the way it's set up, I mean, it could be incorrect. I mean, Batman knows more than us, but we're just going to be all on there and we're all going to eat the chip and then see how we do.
Yeah, and it will be on the Bat and Bear Show on Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I don't think I'll be welding in my tighty whities. I would never walk around in tighty whities. A, I'm a boxer guy, but B, I'm sure nobody wants to see that. That would be just wrong. Simon, have I tried cold metal welding? I've not tried welding anything ever. I've just watched a lot of people weld, so I feel confident enough that I could do a really bad bugger weld job on my own, but and make it happen. So, but no, I've never tried any of that stuff. But I would like to. I don't know. I'm just really into lately. I'm just really into cars, so really like to. I don't know, get into fabrication or whatever. If you get into fabrication, pretty much you've got to get into welding. So.
All right, Chad, have a good one. And yes, I'm glad you sent them to me.
Later, Chad. Hopefully, Jared will send you some of that Blue Dream.
Night, Chad. Oh, yeah, rough, huh? Make it lean. Ooh, okay. Just made his chips.
Yeah, if it's stick welding, Matt, is it stick welding with oxyacetylene, like Charles was saying?
No,
No.
no. Stick welding has the flux on the outer part of the bar to cure the weld as it's being done. Stick welding consumes the stick as you're welding. You
Well,
got to keep putting a new one on.
so what you're saying is stick welding would be TIG welding, where you have your
No,
tungsten inert gas and it's going and you're holding the stick.
tungsten is a little bead that the arc comes off and heats the metal up, and you have another one to fill. Stick welding is you hold it in your hand, and it's got a stick that comes out, and the stick gets consumed as it's welding, as you're filling in the weld. When you're using carbon dioxide or whichever metal inert gas you're using, or metal inert gas welding is MIG welding, that's where you hit a trigger and the filler material comes out and the gas comes around and cures the weld.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've welded, so.
And Simon says, change the subject. Has anyone tried blacksmithing? No, I haven't done that either. I've done a lot of stuff. I've been a plumber, a roofer, a cider, patched concrete. I've done, anything to do with the house pretty much, except for septic and concrete blocks. But no, I've never actually tried blacksmithing. How about you two?
I watch it at the Renaissance Festival.
There you go.
I did basic stuff back in the day. I used to have a small smelter, so I was working with hot metals and aluminum, that kind of stuff, but not exactly blacksmithing, but it's along the same lines.
Oh, right.
Also,
Huh?
No, Matt said stick welding is simply a stick and electrical source. I saw that in there was a bunch of videos I was watching that were coming out of Ukraine. That's how they were doing it. And it was like quite literally like you attach a clamp to the device and the other clamp was right to whatever you're about to try to weld with. The guy had a stick and was stick welding. I got you now.
Yeah, that's what stick welding is, or arc welding is.
yeah, that's what BDPs. That's what I was talking about. The Forged and Fire show. That's very interesting. When they made the blades, when I used to have cable, that was cool. And then Batman said that William is a blacksmith.
Yeah, oxyacetylene is another type of welding.
Forge. I get the names confused. Damn it.
Jared said, I don't have any blue dream left. It's tangerine dream. I believe that's what Blumberg was saying too. Tennessee needs a tangerine dream. Well, that's the thing, Devin, not Putz. Oxyacetylene, that's what I've heard from any good car mechanic. Oxyacetylene torch is the best kind of thing to get for a beginner. You can do everything with it. You can heat things up, you can cut things, you can weld things, you can do everything with an oxyacetylene torch if you learn how to use it.
Yeah,
I've had an
all the way down to brazing.
Well, I've had an oxyacetylene torch for my jobs when I was doing like HVAC and stuff like that, but I did not get to learn how to use it. I just used it. Usually I was just brazing.
Jared, I had the same thing happen, only I was using it as an acetylene torch, cutting apart a frame of a car, and a piece dropped down, went right through the top of my shoe. By the time I could get it off, it went down between my toes and out the bottom of my shoe.
I've heard that story.
Like in high school, when I was in metal shop and everything, what gets you is you watch the videos. They make you watch the safety videos. Like it happened if a piece of metal flies in your eye. You see all this gross stuff, everything that could possibly happen. You're like, crap, man, do I really want to try this or not? And then, but anyway, I did that in metal shop, but yeah.
And And yes, Julian, you should make a YouTube video just for me.
Yeah, it says it's almost time to take my pain meds, and I might not last through the rest of the show. I wouldn't mind pain meds like that.
You wouldn't mind pain meds?
Correct.
I would.
If they make me nice and sleepy and I can go to bed before I normally do and actually get a
Oh.
good night's sleep, then I wouldn't mind it one bit.
Yeah, you're on the wrong
I
wrong
know what he's talking about.
page. No, what Jared's talking about, no, I'll take those pain meds. But no, the kind Rob's talking about, no.
I'm talking about the same type Jared is.
He's talking about the same meds.
No, I'm pretty sure you're not talking about the same ones that Jared is, are you?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, fine. We're all on the same page.
In high school, I took all the hot metals classes, welding classes, machining classes, electricity, any kind of shop class there was, I took it.
Jared, if
Oh,
you said if it's like driver's ed and they make you watch Faces of Death, you think that's bad? Try being a pool guy. Go get your CPO certification. Like, uh, there was a 2-day course, and half of the second day, all they did was talk about evisceration, if you know what that means.
man, I watched Faces of Death like the whole like the we watched that in drafting class. Like the teacher was out and says it's like movie day. You can watch whatever. So somebody brought that to high school. So we just was watching Faces of Death instead of doing drafting. That was a trip.
Yeah, I did that back in the day, and that's another thing I never want to see again. Even though like half of them are fake, but ugh, jeez, man.
Uh, Devin says I'm getting tired myself, so I'm sneaking out as well. See you later, everyone. Well, before you go, Alex is in at 4 tomorrow, and you're there till 4 tomorrow, so we might do the same thing tomorrow as we did today. That says I seen a electricity demonstration showing how dangerous the live lines are, and then the guy brings the pole near the lines, and a huge arc of electricity jumps 15 feet across. Yep.
Oh yeah, electricity is a crazy, crazy thing. And I have a lot of respect for that. And no, Jared, you don't get eviscerated cleaning pools. Little kids do when they feel like the need, when the main drain of the pool, which is an intake where it's sucking water in, and they go down and sit on it for some reason, and their guts get pulled out of them. Yeah. Try watching like half a day of 2020 type videos about like what happened when this happened. And yeah, not fun. Actually, one of the instructors, not that class, but a different class I took, was sued for like $100 million or something like that because of one of those things happening. And it was Secretary of State James Baker. It was his grand kid. I can't remember if it was daughter or granddaughter or grandson, whatever. They were killed by a main drain in a pool, and he was in charge of taking care of that pool. He wasn't taking care of the pool, but he was the guy who owned the company that was taking care of it outside of DC, and he was sued for like $100 million because that's how he started one of his little talks. Like, how many people in here have been sued for $100 million? I have. Like all of us are like, what the hell? But he was just scaring the living crap out of you, pretty much saying, yeah, you screw up, and that's what could happen. Which apparently he won because there was many different factors between him and the person who was actually responsible. Pool pumps are definitely that strong. Yes. They are so strong that there have been many other cases where people didn't get eviscerated, but the main drain cover came off. The skimmers were on and the main drain was on, but someone went down there, got their hand, it went close to the drain, it got sucked into the drain. They couldn't get their hand out of the drain because the pressure was so much, even though there was pressure on 2 other skimmers, they couldn't get out and drown in the pool. So yeah, pools are oh, I could go on for 3 days about the dangers of pools here, but anyway, anyone want to go back to peppers? Charles, you have one on your head. What are you thinking about peppers?
Thinking about I'm almost done with transplanting.
Yeah, not much dirt left in that. Was it
Uh,
500?
that's that's yeah, 500. Yeah, that's mainly a lot of the ones I had and kind of reconditioned the soil from the ones from last year. So I'm just trying to stretch it. I'm trying to, plant, I guess, enough to fill the remaining fabric pots that I have. So, like I said, looks like about 180 is going to be my number. And then put them into rows, and then I get to, after I complete the landscaping fabric, get to do the drip system. It's just going to be joyous. And it won't be so bad. It'll take a little bit, but it's just a matter of getting all those tubes and emitters and everything in there.
You think they'd make a secondary cover around them so that such a strong section couldn't be made stopping direct contact to the first cover? Or just a
well,
pressure variance shutoff switch?
Well, yeah, that's what they're going towards now, but you can't really make a secondary cover because that creates every time you put one on there, it's more and more restriction on there, which actually builds up more pressure. But now, like Rob said, now they're going to shut off. So if they will have like a sensor on the pump or right before the pump, and it will regulate how much pressure of the water is coming through. And when that pressure drops, I guess technically, even though, I mean, when you clog it up, it will just shut off the pump. And they're starting to become mandatory all over the place. So.
Jared, I've ate one, the one that was still in the tin inside. I did that about 3 or 4 live streams ago, probably about 5. Just 4 or 5 live streams. I ate about half of that one. Yeah, I haven't had one since. These are the first little ones that are kind of ripening. They're real small.
And Julian, OSHA is involved in everything. When they get their hands on stuff, they screw it up. Yeah. Oh, fun fact. The pull and spa stuff, that is one thing. There is no such thing as grandfathering. When they make a new rule, you have to comply, period. If you are not in compliance, pretty much you can be sued like into the ground because you didn't comply with the new regulations. So, before you had to have like a fence around your pool. Well, you got to have that. Well, you didn't before. Kid falls in your pool, you can be sued and lose everything because you didn't comply to that. Oh, your gates have to open outward, not inward. So in case the latch fails, a kid can't fall against the gate and it just opens up and they can go in and drown. You didn't comply with that, you can get sued. Everything, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. And good luck selling your house if you don't comply with all the new rules.
And Jared, yes, it was hot. I had about the same response as I did with Gage's Serpent Head.
I'm going to say no. I'm pretty sure that Serpent Head, you definitely had the best response out of all of the peppers I've ever seen you eat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, you handled that purple ghost not too bad. You might have had a hiccup here and there, and you said it was hot, but no, I'm pretty sure that serpent head that was the best pepper I've seen you eat.
Yeah.
My door just opened again.
Someone's coming to borrow. Dang, I wasn't quick enough.
Something.
A big rig jack.
So, oh, then I saw Johnny Scoville today. I mean, I know I mentioned it to Gage and I think Rob Blumberg, but they reworked Exoresco. So they uh, took away some of the ingredients as far as the percentage. They made it thinner, so it's not so thick. And they said they're going for a more thinner, savory version of that one. But like I was talking to Gage, I'm not going to go and spend another $10 on it because I mean it is a very hot sauce and it's rather difficult to get all the way through the bottle real quick.
And Matt, the you don't have a sand pump. You've got a sand filter and a pump, but it all depends on what the horsepower of the pump is. But it pretty much doesn't matter what it is. I mean, well, you said above ground, so it might be a half horse or a third horse, but usually it's like 3/4, 1 horse, or horse and a half. Very rarely do in-ground pulls have like 2 horse or something like that. That's like going into commercial. But no, they are daggone powerful. And not only that, but you have residual power of whenever you clog the pump up, you have all that uh, what is it, suction, and you're adding to, I don't know, whatever. You're adding to the suction and all that stuff. So
And Bernie's a chicken owner now. Congratulations, Bernie.
nice. Keep them away from your plants because they will eat them.
Yeah. And if you want to, you can take some nice photos with the chicken on your shoulder.
But yeah, half horse, that'll build up some suction. And if you clog the hole, like I said, I mean, it's just building up more and more and more. It's kind of like if you take a straw and you put it in your mouth and you start sucking on it, put your finger on the end, it just keeps getting worse and worse. And you can make that thing, if you put your tongue on the top of the straw and your fingers on the bottom, you can make them just stick to each other. That's the same thing. And it won't let go unless you have air getting into there. So yes, I was a pool guy, and that's how I know that. I thought about bringing out all my books on pools because one book is this thick that I have that I had to learn, and pretty much, I forget what I had to get. I think I had to get an 80% or better on the test. I got 99, by the way. On one, the next one I got 100%, and the next one I got 99%. But and it's a 200 question test. Open book, but like I said, the book's this thick, and it has no glossary.
SP Pyro's in the house.
Hey, Pyro, how's it going?
What's up, Pyro? What did I'm not gonna ask who came by, but what did they want to borrow, Rob?
This time it was the wind. Went and checked both doors, and the wind's blowing through it. The latch on the back one wasn't quite closed.
I was gonna be like, the wind stopped by and asked to borrow something? That is so weird.
Yeah, asked to borrow some rain. Then half bottle of conditioner, then shock it once a week with granular shock. Anything I'm missing?
Depends on what kind of conditioner you're using. I probably wouldn't even go with that. I'd just usually all I do, I put water in. Well, you're talking about an above ground pool. Normally I'm talking about an in-ground pool, but normally what I do, get all the crap out of it. You won't have that problem. Once that's all out, then I shock, and I won't put any tablets in until pretty much the water clears up. The filter, when I first started up, I let the filter do all the work. I don't put any chemicals whatsoever in there. I just let it go through the filter, and you'll pull out a lot of debris and everything. And then I, give it a day or two. Then I actually start shocking. Then once I get the water turned around and the chlorine actually stabilizes in the pool, that's the only time I'll put chlorine into the chlorinator. Because it's just a waste if you put it in there prior to that. You're just I mean, the shock and the tablet chlorine, it's all the exact same thing. So why waste tablets? But I don't know about the conditioner. I don't know if you're conditioning because you have well water or what's going on with that. What kind of conditioner you're talking about? Like some metal remover or anything like that. But most stuff for a pool is a ripoff. So the only stuff I would ever pay money for is shock, whatever you want. You want dichlor, you want trichlor. I would buy that stuff. I would buy the chlorine tablets, but okay, you are on well water. Then yeah, I would. Depends on what kind of well water you have. Do you have metals in your water? Do you have too much phosphates in your water? You got to figure that out because I would go for just that stuff. I wouldn't do anything that said conditioner. If it's metals in your water, I would go for some sort of metal remover. If it's phosphates in your water, I'd go for a phosphate remover. But I wouldn't do anything that says conditioner. Um, all the rest of the stuff, like pH up, pH down, alkalinity, shock, and tablets. And then whatever your well water has lots of calcium, so you need calcium out. So anything that will remove calcium, I would go with that. And that's the only stuff I would go with. I wouldn't buy any other stuff that they're trying to sell you. They've got a
Have a good night.
million. What's that?
50 Shades of Green is taking off.
Later on, Simon. Thanks for hanging out. It's really late over there.
Yeah, it's like 5 o'clock.
Almost, yeah. But thanks for hanging out, Simon. But yeah, with the pools, they're really, really simple. You just gotta make sure your pH is dead on. I like 7.2 or 7.4. I'm sorry. That's the pH of the human eye, which if you ever had burning in your eyes when you're swimming in a pool and you open your eyes, that's why, because the pH is not 7.4. It's not because there's chlorine in the water or too much chlorine. You cannot even tell there's too much chlorine in a pool, except when there's way too much. I mean, like your pool should be shut down. There's too much chlorine in the pool. But,
yeah, Matt, we're not going to get back on that subject again. We already stopped that subject when Rev was talking about the gas. Oh, sorry, I misread that.
Yeah, I mean, they're really, really simple to take care of. Just make sure your pH is adjusted. If you got a pool, well, you got an above ground pool, so probably not. But if you have a pool heater, the heat exchanger is made of copper. So if your pH is not exactly right on, meaning 7.2 to 7.8, I recommend 7.4, then you're going to have erosion of the copper heat exchanger. The copper is going to go into the water. Now you have metals into your water. Your skin's going to start turning green, and your heat exchanger in your heater is going to start whittling away until it starts getting pinholes all through it. I've seen it a bunch of times because people don't pay attention to their pH. But that being said, it's really easy. Once you get your pH right on, it pretty much will stay right on as long as you use a decent chlorine. Don't buy any Chinese crap. It will have metals in it. That's another good tip. If you have a decent chlorine tablet and a decent chlorine shock, usually the chlorine shock will have stabilizer in it, which is cyanuric acid. That will keep your pH from buffering. And once you get your pH right to where it should be, it'll hold it right there. So.
And you're still sticking with your philosophy of don't ever go into a public pool, correct?
I wouldn't go into anybody else's pool or hot tub, specifically hot tub. Okay. Hot tubs are a cesspool for bacteria and disease. They are disgusting. Hot water rule. Anything over 89 degrees breeds bacteria much, much quicker. You got to be on top of your chemicals. That being said, I've serviced hundreds and hundreds of hot tubs, and as long as you keep them, stocked on chlorine, you're good to go. But like I said, I've seen them looking like chocolate milk, and that's absolutely disgusting, man. Look, Rob's over there. He's like, dang it, I got a hot tub. I like my hot tub.
There.
It serves me well.
Yep.
Yeah, and Matt, it is a lot easier than everybody makes it out to be. Like I said, just for a CPO, certified pool and spa operator course, it takes 2 days to do that, 2 8-hour days. They didn't teach me a dang thing. So I took that course. I don't know how many times have I taken it? 2 3 times now. That's good for like 8 years, I think. They don't teach you a dang thing about how to take care of your pool. They pretty much, hey, shut up. They make you go through a bunch of regulations and learn stuff. That's it. But they don't teach you anything about how to take care of a pool. Because my boss was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go take it, and that way we'll have backup." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, do that." She went and took it, and the day after the course, I'm like, "Tell me how to take care of a hot tub." She's like, "I have no clue." I'm like, "Exactly my point. They don't tell you anything about how to take care of a hot tub or a pool. They just tell you rules, and it's all stupid stuff. You gotta have a fence around it. You gotta have this. You gotta have that, but nothing." Actually, no, my dog actually thinks somebody's here. So in case you're trying to break in, got a good guard dog. Yes, exactly, Matt. They will try to sell you all that stuff, and that's yep. And I used to have a pH meter. Personally, I like the little test strips, but I am the first person to tell you they will be wrong a lot. I like the test strips, but after doing it for I don't know 12 years or whatever, you can tell when there's a problem with that test strip. You pull it out, it looks like no alkalinity whatsoever, no pH, and your chlorine's really high. You're getting false readings. But I always carried a water kit too. Look, boring the heck out of everybody else on there.
Hmm?
Time out.
What?
As we both sit here.
I'm just here listening.
Yep, me too. I don't know anything about what he's talking about. I just put the stuff in to it's where it's supposed to be. TV. TV. Yep, she's ignoring me again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe, we're getting close here because I got to get up and I got to be at work in 6 hours.
Yep.
So I mean, it's going to be pretty short here. We're going to be wrapping it up. Matter of fact, I'm going to start now. Hi, I'm Charles P. I'm on Google Plus and Hangouts. You can catch me on Pepper Lovers Community. Also on the Pepper Lovers Marketplace, I have a couple, well, just one sauce left. The Orange Bucking Baja is still I have like 3 or 4 bottles left. To get a hold of me on or message me on Hangouts. Look for any of the updates I have in my garden. Be here on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be doing the Scarecrow Chip Challenge on the Bat and Bear Show. Me, Rev, Derek, Dave, and Rob Blumberg. So that should be fun, and that's about it.
Cool. And I don't see Reb coming back, and I don't know why I cocked my head to like I was looking around the window.
Yeah.
Oh well. Most people know me, Rob Z, ROBB space Z. And yeah, YouTube, PLC, Google Plus. Yeah, I put up a couple more videos today that were kind of interesting if I do say so myself, but yeah. So you find lots of videos there, and I also play Minecraft on Twitch and upload those to YouTube under Yankees50. So if you want to watch that, you can always head over there. And Julian seems to have a really good time when he gets on and watches me play. We have a little conversation, I think. So yeah, that's about it for me. Mr. Bloomberg says later, everyone in the chat, so he's taking off too. Later, other Rob. Chilihead Charles. Looks like Bernie's taking off too. Have a good night, Bernie. Have a good night, Rob. And let's see, who else took off? I think that's it for the moment. So, Rev, we've done our outros already, so you're up. Jared's taking off too. Says good night, everybody. I'm going to bed. Gonna work an 11-hour day tomorrow, so I need my rest. So I don't lose it tomorrow afternoon.
Just make sure
Cool.
to have some of that tangerine dream on you. You'll be fine.
Have a good night, Jared.
Later, Jared.
And BD's taking off too. See you later, BD.
Later, BD.
Later, BD. And Matt said, comes a hot tub from June to August. Almost need a chiller. We've actually purchased dry ice and thrown it into a pool just to cool it down. Because like I said, over 89 is against the law, according to the Health Department of North Carolina.
Oh, he's not taking off.
Bloomberg's
Just getting his goodbyes in. Okay.
He's here to hang out. He wants to know, how do I get my hands on some of that tangerine dream?
Y'all can talk about that later or whatever, because like I said, I really am taking off pretty soon. So
Lumberg, I couldn't handle all night myself.
I probably could.
I got to be at work at 5 something. So no, ain't gonna happen. I'm fixing to go to bed momentarily.
And I got about 2 hours worth of work I got to do yet before I go to bed tonight. So not going to be a late night for me.
Meanwhile, I can't shut the heck up, man. Just yap, 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 yap.
Yeah, that's when you start out like Russ says. We were here. We were live. You liked it. You loved it. And you're going to come back. Or something.
Close.
Yeah, why don't you try that again, Rob?
No, because I couldn't even get it other than we were here. We were live. You liked it. You'll be back.
You were here. You saw it. And you loved it.
All right. You loved it.
Yeah, you got to force it into them that they loved it. That way they're like, maybe I did love it. You know, meanwhile, they're like, man, it was horrible. But, you know, you just force it into them like, you loved it. And they're like, maybe I did love it. You got to confuse them.
It's suggestive thought placing.
Exactly. It's like a commercial. Like, they might not want to buy your product, but you put it out there like they really can't live without it. Like, how did you live before we made this live stream? You didn't even know you could live before we had this live stream. Now that you know, you can't live without this live stream. See, look, that should be the new one there. We made this live stream. You lived before, but you don't know how you can live now that it's been here. You should partake in this live stream every single time that we go live. We go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Thursday with me and Charles on the Bat and Bear Show, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Man, that's awesome. All right, folks, we'll see y'all on Wednesday.
And I forgot to mention, Russ is also coming to watch me play Minecraft too. And I think he enjoyed it as well. So, okay, now we can close the live stream out.
Sweet. All right, well, hey. We were here. We were live. You saw it, and you loved it. So, catch y'all on the next one. So, till then, later on.
Later.